Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. One question that I'm getting recently from many of the subscribers is how to convert a visitor visa into a work permit. Now, keep in mind that this video will answer that, but it's not going to satisfy somebody's taste buds. Okay, so there is no automatic conversion. So where did this term come from that, okay, how can we convert our visitor visa into a work permit? So basically there was a public policy announced in previous year, and now it is extended up till February 28th, end of February 2023. Okay, so this public policy is extended, meaning the public policy of converting visitor visa to work permit is extended till February 2023. Okay, so here is the complete detail on how you can convert, which is not actually a conversion, okay, but how you can convert your your visitor visa into a work permit. Okay, so this policy first came into effect on August 24th, 2020. And now it is extended, as I said, until the end of February 2023. And also there is a second condition here as well. So it is called interim authorization to work, and it is only for those who held a work permit in the last 12 months. Okay, but maybe my subscribers are not concerned about it, so I'm going to talk about converting a visitor visa into work visa. So the eligibility, let's talk about the eligibility. So the type of work permit that you would be converting your visitor visa into is employer specific work permit. Okay, this is the kind of work permit you're going to convert yourself into. Now the eligibility requirements for visitors. So the first requirement is that you are in Canada on a temporary resident visa as a visitor, and your status needs to be a maintained status when you are submitting your application for work permit, meaning you should not run out of status. Your stay cannot be illegal. Number two is that you have submitted an employer specific work permit application using the application to change conditions, extend my stay, or remain in Canada as a worker, and this is IMM 5710. Okay, so you have to submit this form. This is the second eligibility criteria, IMM 5710. Okay, number 3 eligibility criteria is that you have remained in Canada with status since after you have applied for the work permit. Okay, so you need to be able to stay in Canada. You cannot just go on a leave, or you cannot go back home, because visitor visa would be valid. You can just fly back, but you need to remain in Canada if you apply for this work permit. And the last criteria is that you need to submit your application before February 28th, 2023. Now these are the 4 eligibility criteria, and that is why people are thinking that, okay, these are the 4 categories eligibility criteria, and we can fulfill that. There is no problem with that. So why not we apply for a visit permit, and we convert our work permit visitor visa into a work permit. So problems, there are problems. See, the work permit that you're going to apply to is called employer specific work permit. Okay, now these eligibility requirements are for changing your status, not for the employer specific work permit. That has separate eligibility criteria. Employer specific work permit, first you need to find an employer. Okay, so the process is for the work permit is same whether you are in Canada or you are outside Canada. You have to find an employer first, but since you are in Canada, you are on a visit visa, you are eligible, you are entitled to attend interviews, you can go and meet people in person, you can network better, and that improves your chances of getting a job offer. But ultimately you are going to need a job offer, and if you can get the job offer without visiting Canada, then work permit is same for you, right? Because in these 4 eligibility criteria, it does not say that you need a job offer, but for employer specific work permit you need a job offer. You need an employer specific work permit, and that job offer needs to sponsor your work permit, right? So for this employer specific work permit, first you need an LMIA, labor market impact assessment report. Okay, and if your occupation is, or your employment offer is exempt of LMIA, then you need to submit the documents for that. And if applicable, then Quebec acceptance certificate, CAQ, that must be required as well if applicable to you, because these are the preliminaries of applying for a work permit, LMIA, or if your job offer, if your employment, if your occupation is LMIA exempt, then this is something else for you. But in most cases, labor market impact assessment will be required. Okay, and you know that it is a tough task. Yeah, so basically this is the public policy, and this is why people think that they can convert their visitor visa into work permit. Now, if you want, if you're interested in this topic, then I can make a separate video on what are the documents that you need for a visitor visa, to apply for a visitor visa, and what are the documents that you need to apply for an employer specific work permit. Okay, so I can make these two separate videos, but I hope that I have given you the clarity that you needed. And now when your consultant is going to say, okay, come on, let's apply for a visit permit, then we'll convert that, because oh, these are the 4 eligibility criteria and you've got nothing to worry about, right? So this public policy currently stands until February 2023. Maybe they'll extend it, maybe they will not. So if you're already in Canada on a visit permit, then this is a golden opportunity for you. Find an employer, find a job offer, and apply for this work permit. Because if you apply for a visit visa from Pakistan or India now, and you're expecting that you'll land and you'll get a job offer before February 2023, that's not going to happen. Okay, so with these words, this is Ali Iftikhar, and I'm hoping great things are coming your way.